Hi there. In this video, we're going to cover the significance of the Boost Your Website's Power package. So what is this? When you're signing up for this and you're getting on this, and you can subscribe monthly or annually. Obviously, if you go with annually, you're giving us the room to be able to do this a lot sooner, move things ahead a lot faster, but it's up to you. You can go month to month. You can stop and start as you wish. This kind of a package is best when you put at least a few months into it, and it gets better as you go. So let me show you what that means. Let's do a search for your website and see if you need that package. So industry-leaders.org, I'm just putting in as an example website, and I'm doing it for this search here, ahrefs.com/backlink-checker. Okay, totally free. Go ahead and do that search right there, and that'll get you to this page. Put in your website, hit check backlinks, and say this is what you see. Nothing, 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 right? The biggest, most important number on this page is this first one. If this number is a 0, you need this service irregardless of the other numbers here. Okay, and as an example, just to make this clear, you can have numbers here, but your domain rating is still a 0, because even with all this backing you up, many of those links could be garbage links and therefore don't really apply. All right, so let's continue. Let's take a topic like Sell My House Fast Denver, and I want to compare some of these websites to see how many keywords they show up for and how much overall traffic they can get from what they're doing. So let's take a look at the SERP results for a particular keyword. So Sell My Home Fast Denver, I'm looking at who ranks first, second, third, fourth, fifth on the page for that exact keyword. But when I'm looking at them, okay, and this is the first guy to rank, this is the second, it would be, except that I sorted by domain strength. So this is the same concept, domain strength, as this, domain rating. It's the same concept. The numbers can be measured differently, but the overall thing is in parallel. It's a measurement of strengths of websites. So if we take a look at the domain strength of the first one, it's a 0. Then 11, which is still very, very low. We haven't even really broken out of kindergarten yet if we have a domain strength of only 11. It just hit double digits recently, right? And the higher you climb, the exponentially better it becomes. So I'm going to open these tabs separately and compare the results of the domain strength of 0 with 11, with 20, with one of these guys I got from 25, somebody I got from 30, right up around here somewhere. And then finally I opened a bunch in the 36, 37 range, okay? And I lined them all up accordingly. So we're going to go from low to high. And this is going to emulate basically the kind of thing you might see on your own website and the reason you want more power. By the way, say you do have numbers here. You want them to go higher. Say yours is 11. Sure, you'd love to get it to 20, to 25, to 30, to 35, and so on. Let's show you why. All right, so by and large, we got the right idea. So let's just start looking at this. First website, domain rating of 0. They are showing up for organic keywords. They're 28, but they have no monthly searches. And here's why, just to be clear. Out of those 28 keywords that they're showing up for with the total volume of 164, they're getting none of that at all. And why? Because they are not on the first page. They're not in the top 10 results. Let's check the top 10. And voila, there is nothing to display. This is why they're not getting any clicks from Google, because they have a domain rating of 0. So they don't show up for enough keywords, and they certainly don't rank high on anything, right? Therefore, I mean, all their rank is like on page 4, page 8, page 9, page 6. It's way down low where nobody looks. In order to get higher up for these, they have to compete for the keyword difficulties. And in order to do that, they need to get their domain rating up, right? Which is the same thing as that domain strength. Okay, let's take a look at the next guys. These guys, they have a domain rating of 11. And like I say, they're kind of breaking out just barely. So they also show up for 54 keywords, but they have at least a few on the front page. You're probably low, like position 7, 8, or 9, but they're getting at least like 4 clicks. okay? Out of the 54 keywords they're showing up for. So if I were to take a look and again do the same thing, there's a potential of 2,000 clicks they could get. At least 2,000 times they could be seen, but they're only getting clicked out of 4. Let me do the rank 1 to 10, right? And there's nowhere. So even the 4 is coming off a residual ranking position. It might be this, it might not. Maybe not that. Let me just get rid of that and see where they're getting their clicks from. 1 click from each of 4 different keywords I see. And these are just like specialized keywords, and they're managing it. Probably because they have a page about the very specific keyword in that area. And nobody else is doing that. So they're getting in that way, but it's not worth much yet, right? They're only getting about 4 clicks a month. Let's take a look at the next guys. All right, now we're up to a 20. These guys are starting to cover some ground. They're showing up for many more keywords, just generally about 4 times as many. So far, they're getting 3 SEO clicks, but they are on the way up, okay? This will start to change if they get their domain strength up. Let's take a look at the next case. Ooh, now we're in the game. These guys are around a 25. What a difference that makes, especially if they put a number of pages out, because Google wants to give them a lot more room now, and they're getting about 60 clicks a month. Okay, and they're showing up for 1,000 keywords. So they're in the game for 1,020 keywords, somewhere in the top 100 positions. But that's a lot of weight to be lifting to get to the front page for some of those keywords, and they're getting 60 clicks a month out of it. But that's pretty good. These guys pay like $500 for a die-hard lead, and clicks are pretty much the same as a lead. Paying for a click, of course, they won't pay $500. They'll pay $500 for an incoming phone call. But they might very well pay $100 a click if they're going through any kind of paid advertising, although most of these guys try to do word of mouth, signs on the side of the road, things like that. They know people don't think to search for them, but that's not even a fair assessment. So let's just continue. Okay, these guys are a little higher up the board. Okay, 25, maybe 30, something like that. They're showing up for many more keywords. They're getting about 41 clicks, but they can rise on this thing. And I like the fact that they're showing up for many more keywords. Just generally, it goes to prove the point. If they're getting fewer clicks, probably their average position is lower than these guys so far. But these guys are, they have all the room in the world. If they improve their pages, if they write pages about the right content, but they're showing up for more keywords in the top 100, and they can get there. That's my point. There you go. Here we are again. Now we're getting up into this game where all these guys are pretty high up. This is something like a 35 domain strength. They're showing up for a lot more keywords, and they're getting a lot of clicks, right? You're talking about huge clicks. And they are very, very serious about this month by month by month. They are pushing hard to continue growing. They're not even playing games, right? They're even trying some paid keywords and getting some clicks out of it, but that represents very little of that total traffic that they're getting. 99% of their traffic is organic. It's over here. Okay, let's keep going. I just want to make the point. Okay, 1,517, 455 clicks. You know what I say to this? That's many more keywords and a lot of clicks, and that's true, right? Why is this okay? Because there's a lot of correction that happens eventually where Google starts to drop you for keywords that aren't really doing anything for you. And yet they're going to keep you and rise you on keywords that are. So you can have fewer keywords and be better off. How do you know if someone's better off with fewer keywords? Because the clicks, right? So if we look back down here somewhere, these guys were 1,020, only had 60. These guys were 1,828, only had 41. But these guys, oh wow, I'm getting even further. 1,500, and they've got 455 clicks. So that is a really, really good thing. They're getting a click a month out of every third keyword, you could say. So a third of these keywords are getting them a click a month each, right? That's just a way to think about it. Okay, and if I keep going, right, the higher the domain strength, the higher their overall game. And then, of course, it does come down to the quality of what they do. It does come down to the quality of where they spend their time. These guys are obviously really in the game on both sides of the house. They put a lot of money into ads, but they've also been putting a lot of time and attention here. They probably use money they raised organically to pay for their monthly ads budget of $58,760 or so to see what else they can get. They're trying to get all the traffic they can from both ends of the spectrum, right? So they're getting clicks here for free. They're paying for these, but they could be using the free clicks to pay for all these paid clicks. Interesting way to go. All right. These guys also high. These guys also way, way, way high. And they were probably one of the 37s I was looking at. My whole point here is, what do you think? Simply that this does you no good. The higher those numbers get, the better off you go. So what if you see that and you already have domain rating? We're telling you that we're going to build it to a strong DR level of 35. I just want to make this point. We're going to put the equivalent of a DR 35 level of work into your website no matter what score you already have. So we're going to add this much residual strength into your score. So if you already have, let's say you already have a DR level of 35, we're going to put the equivalent of a 0 to 35 push into your website. Will that get you from 35 to 70? No, it's a logarithmic scale, right? But it could get you from a 35 to a 42, and that's huge. Huge, 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 huge. Again, I just want to be crystal clear on that. Okay, that was our first guy, had a 0, 11, 20 for sure, then a 25, okay? And then getting from a 25 to a 32 was something like, this is 30, and this is probably a 32, okay. Getting from here to here is like a 25 to a 32, okay? And that could very well be what we did for you, but with a push like this, okay? Getting you from a 35 to a 42 actually is the right numbers to think about. If we put 35 level into a 20 website, it would not go up to a 32. It would go up to like a 42, okay? So just letting you know that you're going to get a huge benefit from this package and you can afford it, right? You can afford that. And if you have a bunch of keywords spread across page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can afford this. We got a video for this topic, so you can watch that video and understand this quite well. All right, that covers that. Well, that covers this topic. And I've now got a video up for each of these, and I got more coming. All right.